Welcome back, Chiari Warriors. This is my 29th week since I've had decompression surgery, and I had a couple questions that were asked of me. I covered one in a previous video, but I thought I would go ahead and cover it again. And this other one was really an interesting question, and I don't know why I never thought to talk about it, but I'm going to go ahead and do that here. First, I have to say that I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. So I have to make that claim so that I'll be in all the good graces of YouTube. But the question was asked, well, I'll start with the first one. What was it like when I first found out that I had when I first got the news that I had Chiari? I knew something was up when I had the MRI, and I had called the doctor's office and I told them, that, I had the MRI done. They said, well, we'd be getting in touch with you to schedule something a little bit further out. And further out became, can you be here Monday morning? And I was like, yes, I can. And I just knew something wasn't quite right. And the doctor sat down and he said, so, he was very serious, and he showed me my MRI, and he said, you're 18 millimeters. Anytime you get to over 5, we start to become concerned. You're at 18, so we're well beyond the concerned state. My wife and I, we just kind of looked at each other and was like, what does this involve? And we found out that it involved have to cut the back of my head open and basically be decompressed. And we knew something was coming. We knew something wasn't right. We knew this MRI showed something, but you really just can't, you just don't, you say, oh, I know how I would react to that situation. But when you're in that situation, it just kind of catches you off guard, So I would say I was just kind of, I don't want to say I was floored, but it was not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that, that there was something else that they could do, but the more I thought about it, I was like, this is probably the best that they can do. And so that's kind of how I felt when I first found out about it, and I had to find out what that entailed. And the doctor just said, well, I could definitely do the surgery and I could offer you the surgery, but I would feel better referring you to the Mayo Clinic because they do more of these surgeries, and this is more of their thing or their practice. They practice it more. So he did the referral to the Mayo Clinic, and I went through another MRI, horizontal MRI. He gave me a myelogram, which is a lot of fun and gives you even worse headaches afterwards. I mean, imagine your headaches being on steroids. These things, it was just for about 4 or 5 days, and I was still trying to go to work and still trying to teach 5th graders with pounding headaches. So that's basically how I felt when I first found out. The other question was, what limitations are there? Again, I'm not a doctor, so all I can tell you is what my doctor told me. But he told me that once the incision is healed, I said, can I go back to the gym? He's like, most definitely. Get on the treadmill, do what's comfortable, start out slow. The last thing you want to do is, take off, oh, I can run for 5 minutes. No big deal, right? And then, you end up misstepping and, you fall, and that causes even more of an issue because, you're just coming off major surgery. Some people are saying that you're not supposed to lift over 40 pounds, period, the rest of your life. I can tell you I lift, I don't do free weights. I do the machine, so I guess, some people say, oh, it's not really lifting weights, but, I'll put the torso machine, I had it on 80 today, started out on 80 pounds, working my midsection. When I do the butterfly, the pectoral machine, I top that out at 100. You definitely cannot start, you can't pick up where you left off. I'm still not. I mean, on the butterfly machine before surgery, I was starting it out at 115 pounds. And that's not, a lot, but I'm topping it out now at 100, and I could probably do 105, 110, but I'm still kind of easing into it. So, everybody's different. You need to talk to your physician. If you feel comfortable with your physician, I would go with what they say. I mean, you can listen to people like me all day long. You can listen to other people and if you, I remember one of my primary care physician saying the worst thing you can do is research a symptom you have on the internet, because everything leads to cancer. Again, I'm not a doctor, YouTube. I'm just repeating what he told me. So I think what you have to do is you have to consider everybody's situation is different. You have people at different ages. If you're young, I would think that, I'm 51, and people look at me and it's just like, how do you do it? How are you on the treadmill for 60 minutes and you had your head cut open in April? It's like, well, I didn't just, 4 weeks after, surgery, my doctor said, yeah, you can go back to the gym, once I could drive. So that wasn't until like week 6 or about 6.5, maybe 7 weeks, when I could get full range of motion like that. I didn't just jump on there and go for 60 minutes. It was 15 minutes, and then I left. And I didn't touch any weights. When I did finally do the weights, I put it on like 5 pounds, and I didn't do any pyramid. What I usually do, pyramid, is like I'll do like, say, 12 reps at 50 pounds, and then you bump it up to 55 pounds and do 10 reps, and then 60 pounds at 8 reps. I wasn't doing any of that. You just put on the lowest weight possible, and you just go through the process. I do the deltoids with no issues. I think I'm topping that out about 55. I could go higher if I wanted to. I'm just trying to take it easy. The shoulder press. Now I will say, when I do the shoulder press, I'm right-handed. I'm predominantly right-handed, but I have a little bit of a harder time putting the weight up with this. I struggle. If it's a low enough weight, I can just straight up and down, no issues. But I'll put it on 30 pounds, and left arm is fine, but right arm, I'm like, this is like, this is not should be the other way around. So I don't know if that has anything to do with, if that's something I'm going to be dealing with. Again, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you. I can just tell you what my experience is. My doctor told me that flying is no problem. So I'm going to fly back to see my father at Christmas. So I'll let you know how that goes. That'll be, the last, week of December, right before Christmas. So I'll be flying. Hopefully, Southwest doesn't have any issues like they, did 3 or 4 weeks ago. Anyhow, let me get off that topic before I anger YouTube. Let me get back to the point at hand. So he told me I could fly. I said, well, a friend of mine, wants to go skydiving. He's like, well, I'm not going to say you shouldn't, but I would wait a little bit. Maybe wait until you get to that 1 year mark. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you, what he told me, and I'll go back and I'll ask that question, because I have to call in December to set up my 6-month appointment. I saw him in August, so I've got to set up an appointment August. I think so. August. February is when I need to go back and see him, so I have to call and set that up. So I'll make that one of the questions I ask him. But I said, what about roller coasters? He said, have at it. No problems. Then, just make sure before you do anything, before you submerge yourself, before you go swimming, you got to make sure the stitches are out, and, wait for your doctor to give the go ahead. He was like, you can go swimming, hot tub. You want to go water skiing? You want to do a jet ski? He goes, live your life. That's why I offered you this surgery. So I hope that I'm helping a little bit. Like I said, you're probably going to say, is he really going to say he's not a doctor again? Yeah, I'm going to say I'm not a doctor again, because, YouTube's really, they pull videos for, all sorts of reasons. So I think I've said it enough probably by now. But basically I was not given any limitations other than just when I go back to the gym, take it slow, take it easy, and just work my way up to what I was doing. So this video just went over the 10-minute mark. I hope it was helpful. So many of you have hit that subscribe button. I mean, just seemed like a couple days ago I was at 220 and today I'm at 236. So I appreciate you guys giving me that support because I'm not monetized. I'm not getting any money for these. I'm just doing these because I wish there was something like this when, when I was looking at surgery and I could only find one video and it was like 43 minutes and it just didn't seem to, cover any of the questions I had. So I'm trying to answer the questions that I had, and you guys are asking great questions. So speaking of which, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments and I will be more than happy to. I'll try to answer back as quick as I can. If it's a weekday, I might be working, with the kids, so it's not the easiest thing to do, and it's not a good role model thing to pull out your phone when you're in front of the class. But I usually try to check it at lunch, and I did that today. Responded to somebody who left a comment. I don't remember who it was, but they asked me to go ahead and do this video. So I hope this helps. Please hit the subscribe button. Again, please hit the like button if you like the video. That lets me know that these are at least helpful. If you don't want to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That lets me know that this is providing some sort of benefit to you. And I will probably give another update in a couple weeks or so, unless I see some questions or people ask me questions. And I'll do another video. So until next time, my fellow warriors, stay strong. And my son is 1/4 Mexican, and his father would always tell him, "You're Mexican, not Mexicant." So if you think you can't do something, then you're not going to be able to do it, or you're not going to want to do it. So I would say listen to your doctor, but keep your head up, and you only live once. So be cautious. But enjoy life. That's why hopefully your doctor offered you the surgery, and hopefully it works for you. So let me know if I can do anything else, and until next time, take care.